Podcasting from Woodstock, Georgia, welcome to Soul Solutions, a show where we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs. I'm your host, author, and certified life coach, Terry Kozlowski. Hello, warriors. Are you looking to take drama out of your life? Do you know how to set personal boundaries with others? I have the course that you asked for, the Guide to Setting Personal Boundaries on mastermind.com, where you'll learn what they are, why they're essential, and how to set them as part of your self-care routine. The link is in the show notes. Don't allow other people's drama to affect your life. Now let's start this week's episode. Episode 144. Take responsibility to edit your life and the practical ways to do it. Nothing about my story or your story is set in stone. I can review the chapters of my life and emphasize the events that mattered. Although they may still play a significant role in my story, the themes of trauma and fear have grown from challenges to victories. A shy girl's trials were not failures, but a story of how she survived in the only manner she knew how. That woman's turmoil and anguish served as fuel that shaped her into a better, stronger person. While the advantages of hindsight is 20/20, I can see how characters that looked crucial were just supporting actors, comic relief, and bad sitcom. I may remove anything that makes little sense, doesn't forward my life, or doesn't advance my character. My life is a narrative. This is my tale, and I've never felt awful about deleting things in favor of clarity, coherence, and consistency. Why did I spend so much time clinging to the little things that take away from what matters most in my story? I may edit anything that makes little sense, doesn't forward my life, or doesn't advance my character. It's my life. It's my narrative. This is my tale. And I've never felt awful about deleting things in favor of clarity, coherence, and consistency. Why did I spend so much time clinging to little things that take away from what matters most in my story? Perhaps it's time to edit a little harsher going forward. Why you should edit your life ruthlessly. It takes dedication and practice to achieve the life you desire. You're not expected to get everything right the first time. Every relationship, undertaking, and success follows a logical path. It doesn't matter if you take a misstep. What matters is whether you try again. Making a change of your own free will requires bravery on your part. To declare, this is not the life I wanted, so I'm going to start again, takes courage. People who are critical of this probably wish they could do it themselves. Making a compromise is a simple solution many pose as a choice, and many frequently mistake what they genuinely want for serenity and comfort as the idea of settling. Those who edit their lives believe it entitles them to live the life they desire. Even if they have to put a lot of effort, they think they're deserving of having loving relationships, fulfilling lives, and the ability to realize all of their aspirations. They move forward because they already feel deserving of it. Because they are. Everyone is. Admitting that you are mistaken for the first time requires wisdom. Simply put, many people don't change their lives because they don't want to suffer hearing the egoic chatter about failing or the possibility of failing. Everything in your life is about evolution and expansion. Whatever your daily practice is, you'll get better at it. The small moments in your life will add up to make up the entire existence. Edit your life so it goes the direction you want. Evaluating your life. A thorough edit assists you in seeing every aspect of your life as it is right now, which is a crucial step towards creating the life of your dreams. Examine every part of your life, including the digital, domestic, financial, wellness, mental, and social facets. You're giving yourself a chance to spend a lot of time sorting through the clutter and making room in your life for what you want to materialize. In essence, you're learning to change your behaviors to support the life you want for yourself. Of course, you can't modify something that you're unaware of. That's where a life edit comes in. Consider a life edit as a reassessment. It's a chance for you to reflect and gauge where your life is at this moment. The greatest method for organizing your room is to remove everything methodically and then only put back what you truly want. With a life edit, you're doing precisely that, but it goes beyond your material possessions. You may see what you want to let go of and what you ultimately wish to bring in by taking your time and watching your life. Your dreams and realities are getting much closer. Let's go over the 6 areas you'll concentrate on, as well as some advice on how to make the most of your life edit. Areas to assess. Having a successful and productive life requires editing. Here are areas of your life to assess as you are doing your life edit. The first one is editing your obligations. In your life, you frequently accept plenty of ongoing commitments and eventually become slaves to them since you said yes in the first place. For example, you may lead a softball team years after your children have left home. Although you feel some obligation, you truly don't appreciate the task that you are doing. Find a graceful way to bow out. Trim back all the commitments you've made as graciously as you can so you have more time for the things that are important to you now. Change your consumption. How many newspapers and magazines do you receive at home? Do you read each one cover to cover? Compare it to the time you have to complete the tasks you claim are important to you. Could you imagine not renewing some of those periodicals? What about TV programs? Can you keep your allotted time to a daily maximum of only a few hours? Are you spending too much time scrolling social media and not living the life you desire? Edit your interests. Many of my friends are victims of this. They use as many means as they can to exhibit their creativity. Are you a musician, a scrapbooker, artist, filmmaker, fiction writer, baker, or robot builder? Is it possible that your life is an example of the proverb, the enemy of great is good? Meaning, you would have more time to concentrate and develop the few hobbies you keep if you gave up some, even if you only did it for 4 months. This way you can determine which ones truly are passionate for you and which ones are just time consuming. Edit your spending. In a coffee establishment, a cup of coffee might cost $3. However, that's not a lot to spend on your morning's first fantastic cup of coffee, is it? But at $3 times 5 days equals $15 per week or $750 per year. For those $3 a day, you can get something more valuable to which would last longer than drinking that mocha latte. Are there any areas where a little extra money saved will help you realize your goals? Editing your gifting. People devote a lot of effort to events that occur throughout the holidays. You feel forced to send cards, buy gifts for everyone, and follow cultural rituals in the most conventional manner. What would happen if you did otherwise? What if you sent holiday cards early to family members you typically exchange gifts with and wrote a note that stated the following: "We love you, and we cherish seeing you during the holidays. You always give generously. There's nothing we don't already have. Would you like to invite us out to supper one night instead of a gift? That would bring us more joy than anything presented in a bow." Be gracious, as people's emotions are deeply entwined with receiving gifts, but see if you can edit some of this out of your life. Adjust your goals. Sure, there are overachievers in the world around you, but are you prepared to pursue the many goals you've set for yourself? Review your life's direction. Is it where you want to go? Do you want to be an executive at your company? Why? What made you decide to launch your own business? Verify if your objectives are still in line with your actions and consider whether they are consistent with the life you are leading or that you want to lead. Steps to take as you edit your life. Step 1. Reflect. The best approach to make sure you receive what you need is to be quiet and spend some time with your journal, even though a life edit might not seem all that exciting. Journaling isn't your thing? Consider this. By putting your ideas into words, you give them permanence that internalizing your conviction lacks. People like me who swear by their journaling practice will attest that it's one of the best methods to gain some much needed clarity. It's kind of like making a blueprint for yourself. Create 6 distinct parts in your diary where you can reflect on the following: your digital, home, financial, wellness, mental health, and social life. Answer the following queries for each one. What in this area of my life do I desire more of? What is overpowering my mind or time? Do I sense any obstacles preventing me from accomplishing my objectives? What should I emphasize more? What can I let go of? What would it look like to experience more peace? Step 2. Recognize that this will be an arduous process. I want you to know that this portion of your life edit may take some time. Although there isn't a defined schedule, take your time and avoid rushing. Be kind to yourself and practice patience. You frequently underestimate how difficult it can be to let go of things or say goodbye to relationships that no longer benefit you. And facing the facts about your financial life can be a bitter pill to take. These realities initially prevented me from taking action on what I'd written in my own journal. I wanted to save more money, but when I looked at my spending patterns, I felt a great deal of shame. And even though I no longer wanted to feel forced to put effort into a relationship, I refrained from speaking out for myself for fear of a disagreement. The wisest course of action is to proceed. Although it will be uncomfortable and demanding, staying stuck presents the greatest challenge. Number 3, take action. Decide which aspects of your life you want to focus on first, after you've had enough time to contemplate and journal. Get going with what seems to be the easiest and gather steam from there. Spend some time going over everything that has anything to do with a specific area of your life that you're auditing, using the responses you wrote in your journal as a guide. For example, if you're getting started with your digital life, pay attention to your devices and online presence. Clear your inbox. Reassess your contacts. Erase outdated texts on your phone and PC. Make sure you're not signed up for any subscriptions you no longer use, and unsubscribe from emails that make you anxious. Would you like to use social media less frequently? Do you need to delete a few profiles that waste your energy? Think about the actions you can take to accomplish your objectives. Moving forward, editing your life. To recognize when you're feeling overwhelmed and lean into a life edit to give you more clarity is the goal of the life edit. It's crucial to keep in mind that the process is ongoing. You're not expected to strive for and sustain the elusive ideal of balance consistently. Every day you welcome new acquaintances, new aspirations, and new possessions into your life. You can be certain that you have what you need to build the life you want by thinking of a life edit as a reoccurring process. Keep in mind that no life edit is the same. Since it's a very intimate and emotional procedure, you could experience stress in certain places while peace in others. And that's okay. As you enter this new season of life, you'll feel more in line with and secure about what you're devoting your attention, focus, and energy. The goal of a life edit is to improve your life. It involves putting the unnecessary down. It involves paying more attention to your inner voice than to the loud, egoic voice. You have an edited life because that is what you want to live. Obviously, the goal is not to remove items you find value. You should look at the life you are now living, assess it, and decide how much of it's excess and should be cut out to make for the things that now matter to you. What is editable in your life? If you need help learning to set personal boundaries with others so their negativity doesn't affect you, or you're looking for support to empower yourself to go after the life you desire, and want a strategy to create an extraordinary life, consider using my coaching services by contacting me at terrykozlowski.com. Together, we can create an action plan for you to edit your life. To hear about how I learned to set personal boundaries, you can do so by reading my book, Raven Transcending Fear, available on Amazon, or by visiting raventranscendingfear.com. Thanks for listening to Soul Solutions with Terry Kozlowski. If you'd like the show and want to learn more, check out terrykozlowski.com, where you can find the links to everything we talked about in this episode. Please subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode as we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs.